And we're back here. One free weekly stock recap show only on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. And it is 27 July 2023. And I'm super excited to get into it today. But before we do, super important disclaimer here. These videos are all intended for educational purposes only. Trade at your own risk. 9 in 10 traders loses money. 1 in 3 traders loses 90% or more. There's no guarantee you're going to make money with this strategy or any other strategy. Don't risk money you can't afford to lose. Results are not typical. We gotta fly. Ball. And it is out of here, okay? Here's today's home runs. URGN was up almost 100%, not quite. And then TUP wasn't too far behind, and ULBI also looked great, technically speaking, and volume-wise too. Okay, so let's pull up the charts first before we get any further. URGN, so this had a big private equity placing of $120 million. And I guess the markets really liked that news because it pretty much doubled from there. And TUP also looks okay. It's seen some resistance at this longer period moving average, but we'll see if it can break through tomorrow or if it's going to pull back and retest these lows of yesterday in the 214 range. Okay, so ULBI is the last home run stock that we're going to cover, and it was a big breakout on large volume. I'm a little concerned about the average volume being so light, but this stock might still get a lot of attention tomorrow just because of these volume numbers. It traded 8.9 million shares and there's only 16 million outstanding. So if you don't know how the supply and demand of shares work in the market, go ahead and schedule your strategy session at FridayTraders.com, and we'll be happy to assist you with that understanding. But that's it for the home runs. Now let's get into the about to breakouts. It could go up, and it's off the wall. Okay, NOA is the first about to breakout, and this actually does look like a pretty convincing breakout here. There's some build up to this $20 resistance level, and now we're testing 26. Okay, so it didn't trade quite a million shares in volume, which is not ideal. That is a check mark on our checklist, our qualifying checklist. If you're interested in getting that 10-point qualifying checklist for trades, then you can schedule your call at FridayTraders.com, and we have to shoot that. And EOLS is the next one, and this did have the volume. It's just not a convincing breakout. There's still probably going to be resistance at this $11 level, maybe at this 10.50, okay? And the next about to breakout one is probably the one I like the best because of the pattern. It just does look like a pretty clean breakout, and it's coming from pretty low numbers, okay? So it could really test 2 tomorrow. I'm interested to see what it does. Now let's get into the IR list, okay? These are stocks that are on injured relief, and they are just sucking wind right now. MRSN was down 72%. TPIC was down 38%, and SHYF was down 36%. We're going to watch these to see if there's any bounce or if they just continue to fall tomorrow. But yeah, wasn't looking good. It was a big red day in the markets, and it did kind of look like a market high was set. So just be super careful, especially with August coming up. It's not really a great month for returns in the markets because most people are on vacation and things like that. Okay, so that's it for the IR list. Now let's get into the scouting report. Okay, so Empire State Realty Trust is at the top of the list. Joe looks pretty good. NOA, ULBI, Talk, ABOS, PGY. These all look pretty good, technically speaking. So we're tracking them all. And that is it for this recap show. If you are interested in accelerating your trade profits and knowledge, you can schedule your call at FridayTraders.com, and we'll be happy to assist you on your trade journey to understanding how these markets work and why they're working. I know it can be incredibly painful and frustrating, especially if you're a beginner or intermediate trader trying to get started out. but this one skill is incredibly valuable and it can completely change your entire world. So schedule the call, really. Schedule the call. Happy trading, and I will see you next week. See you then.